Okay, Ramlila Prabhu, should we start?
Yes, you can start.
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। महाराज है ज्वाइंट।
I'll not read, I'll hear. I'm coming. You continue.
Okay, Maharaj. So, letter to Umapati, Calcutta, 23rd November 1967. My dear Umapati, please accept my blessings. I am so glad to receive your letter dated 15th November 1967. You are very anxious to see me back in New York, and I may inform you that I had settled to be in San Francisco on the 24th of November, but due to a petty revolution in Calcutta, I am not able to leave. Future arrangements are pending. I wish to go from uh, San Francisco to the other two new branches and then return to New York. I am so glad to learn that you are now getting the fruit of chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna is so nice that it clears the dirty things from the mind of the devotee. And the more one is used to chant the holy name offenselessly, the more one develops love of God, forgetting the whole material nonsense. It is my duty to deliver you the right thing in the right earnestness, and it is the duty of the receiver to act in the standard spiritual regulation. When you left us, I simply prayed to Krishna for your return to Krishna consciousness because that was my duty. Any good soul who approaches me once for spiritual enlightenment is supposed to be depending on my responsibility to get him back to Krishna, back to home. The disciple may misunderstand a bona fide spiritual master being obliged to do so under pressure of Maya's influence. But a bona fide spiritual master never lets go a devotee once accepted. When a disciple misunderstands a bona fide spiritual master, the master regrets for his inability to protect the disciple, and sometimes he cries with tears in the eyes. We had an experience while my Guru Maharaj was alive. One of his disciples who accepted sannyas was one day forcibly dragged by his wife. My Guru Maharaj lamented with tears in his eyes, saying that he could not save the soul. We should always therefore be careful in the matter of being attacked by Maya's influence, and the only means of guarantee is to chant Hare Krishna offenselessly. The greatest offense is to defy the spiritual master and to act sinfully, thinking in the strength of chanting. If a man thinks that chanting will save him from all kinds of sinful reaction deliberately committed by him, then he becomes the greatest offender. By chanting Hare Krishna, certainly we become free from all sinful reactions, but that does not mean that we shall deliberately commit sins and counteract it by chanting. Your reference to Kirtananand and Hayagriv is very nicely appreciated. We shall silently pray for them to Krishna and shed tears for them for our inability to save them. Let us honestly pray and go ahead with Krishna consciousness more when we meet. Hope you are well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So, in this letter, Srila Prabhupada has written to Umapati Prabhu. regarding regarding the holy name, because this is the section of Japa, the letters related to Japa. So Prabhupada is asking about more one is used to chant the holy name offensively, the more he develops love of God, and then he forgets the material nonsense. And then Prabhupada is writing about when one devotee left Gaudiya Math. At that time, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was regretting. Similarly, two devotees, Hayagri Prabhu and Kirtananand Maharaj, regarding that Prabhupada is speaking here. So next, Ramlila Prabhu, you will be reading.
This Gaurav can read from नाम के बाद लेता हूँ.
Who?
Amritesh Gaurav.
Amritesh Gaur Prabhu is there. Amritesh Gaur Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji. Letter to Krishna Devi, Los Angeles, 26 January 1968. My dear daughter Krishna Devi, please accept my blessings. Thank you very much for your letter post-dated January 25, 1968. And I thank you very much for your proposal to come here and see me. I shall be so glad to see you and Danny personally as soon as possible. I requested you to take charge of the Santa Fe Center because you were doing job very nicely. And I still hope that your presence there will solve all the problems recently created. Mistakes there may be in our life, but if we stick to Krishna consciousness, Krishna will surely put us on the right path. Your husband, Shriman Shubal Das, is living with me very peacefully, and he is carving Radha and Krishna from hardwood. So, this life of material existence is just like hardwood, and if we can carve Krishna out of it, that is the success of our life. So, at any circumstances, you must not forget Krishna. I love you at my heart, and therefore I gave you the name Krishna Devi Dasi. Don't forget Krishna even for a single moment. Chant Hare Krishna loudly or slowly as it may be convenient. But don't forget to chant the holy name. I hope everything will be all right as soon as you come here with Dani, and I am awaiting your arrival with great interest. Hope you are well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
So you can summarize this, Prabhu.
Okay, I think this letter also is being read out in Abhay Charan. And here Srila Prabhupada started with very nicely quoting how he gave the letter post-dated, because Prabhupada is replying just one day after the letter was sent. So Prabhupada recognized it's post-dated letter, and Prabhupada is writing very dear daughter very closely. And Prabhupada is saying that he wants Krishna Devi and Dani to serve together. No, see them together. Krishna Devi is married to Subal Prabhu. So then she had left, and then Prabhupada told that you should return immediately. And Prabhupada is saying you should keep on your chanting, however you are doing, silently or loudly. And then Prabhupada told her also that I love you so much, that's why I gave you this name, which is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I wanted to ask this Subal Prabhu is the husband of Krishna Devidasi, and who is Dani? Prabhupada is writing his name here, Dani.
Actually, in Abhacharan, it was shown that Krishna Devi Mataji, she left Subal and ashram, and she went away with Deni. And
Acha.
Prabhupada got the news from some other disciple. Then
Hmm.
Prabhupada told that you should immediately write a letter. So this letter was dictated to Krishna Devi.
Okay. So here Prabhupada is telling that to go back to Subal, or means that is the thing.
No, Subal is with Prabhupada, Prabhupada is telling you come here with Danny. Then I'll sort out here. Prabhupada.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, Ramlila Prabhu.
Mr. Madan the match. Letter to Bhakti Chan, Los Angeles, 12 February 1968. My dear Bhakti
I
Chan,
think Maharaj wanted to something. Maharaj wanted to say something.
No, 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 no.
Okay, Maharaj. Okay, Maharaj. Okay.
please accept my blessings. I am so glad to receive your letter dated February 10, 1968, and have noted the contents. The strong hand of Maya is insurmountable, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. But if one sticks to Krishna consciousness with firmness, then he can easily surmount. My instructions have already given to you how to chant the beats and how to protect yourself from the offenses. I shall advise you again to chant always, increasing the counting, namely 16 rounds is generally prescribed, but for the time being, you can stop all other activities and increase the chanting to 64 rounds. Follow the rules and regulations strictly. If you want sex life, you are at liberty to get yourself married. But don't have illicit sex with some Maya's representative. That won't help in your spiritual advancement. We don't forbid sex life, but we cannot allow illicit sex. For a young man, it is very difficult to check sex desire. Therefore, best thing is for him to get himself married and live like a responsible gentleman. Irresponsible men cannot make progress materially or spiritually. You're intelligent young man. You can understand things as we say, and you follow, and you will be benefited. Mistakes we may commit because it is not out of human activity, but at the same time, we must use our good consciousness how to achieve the goal of our life, Krishna. Please stick to the chanting process sincerely without any offense, and everything will be all right with you. Thanking you once more for remembering me. Hope you are well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Okay, there is little more, Ramlila Prabhu. This
Please
previous.
try to assist Brahmananda till my arrival in New York in April 1968. When I shall meet you, I shall give you a specific duty, and I hope you will be happy to discharge.
Ramlila Prabhu, you want to explain something? Yes.
Okay. Prabhupada told devotee about that he should chant 16 rounds. It is minimum, it's generally prescribed, but he can chant more and he can chant up to 64 rounds. He can stop all other activities also and chant more because 16 rounds is generally is prescribed. Avoid illicit sex. If he desire, he can get married. And as Prabhupada told that a responsible man is a just gentleman and he can make spiritually, he can progress spiritually in a nice manner. And so therefore Prabhupada told him to focus on his chanting, avoid follow rules and regulations and avoid illicit sex. That's it. Thanks.
Letter to Brahmananda, Los Angeles, 15 February 1968. My dear Brahmananda, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your last letter, dated February 12, 1968. along with Dai Nippon Printing Company's material. Formerly, when Dwarkadhis was in correspondence with this company, they quoted price for 400 pages of Srimad Bhagavatam of the same size of binding at 5,400 for 5,000 copies. So far I remember, I requested Dwarkadhis to make it 5,000, and I do not know what is the fate of the correspondence. But I remember that they quoted 5,400 for 5,000 copies. Now even the pages are not so many. The pages are only 230. Still, they are quoting 6,990 for 5,000 copies. Best thing would have been to search out the correspondence with Dwarkadhis. So far printing is concerned, 12/14 Bembo on the paper 70 LB is approved by me. Now you can search out the old correspondence with Dwarkadhis if possible and do the needful. Otherwise, as Mr. Coleman has said, you can find out somebody in New York. If it is published in New York, it is better. But I am sure no New York man can give competitive price than Japan. I leave the matter to your judgment and do the needful. Shipping time is not very important. If you get competitive price, we should place the order to Japan. As requested by you, I am sending herewith the beads and respective letters of Yadunandan Brahmachari and Sudarsana Devi, which please deliver to them with your good wishes and hand over to them the requisite list of regulations, etc. Also, Bhakti Jana is there in New York. He may be nicely treated as he has come back, so he will understand the philosophy nicely. I have asked him to chant 64 rounds instead of 16. Regarding apartments, we are Indians, especially mendicant. We can adjust things in any kind of place. But I shall stay in any place, hell or heaven, if it is approved by you. Of course, on behalf of Krishna, I am accepting your sincere service, but on the whole, I am servant of the servant of Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 13, chapter 80th verse. Therefore, I may be in designation your spiritual master, but actually I am servant of the servant of Krishna. And because you are all sincere servants of Krishna, I am your servant. I shall be glad to stay wherever yourself, Raya Rama, and others like me to stay. In San Francisco, everyone is desiring Jadurani for at least 2 months for consolidating a brahmacharini ashram. If I ask her to come, she will surely come here. But I am seeking your opinion. If her coming here may hamper the cause there she is now conducting. In my opinion, if we could get 5,000 copies of teachings of Lord Chaitanya at $5,000, that would have been a nice bargain. If possible, try to contact Dwarkadhis immediately and see the whole correspondence and do the needful. But do it as soon as possible. The sample of hardbound and the covering cloth, etc., are very nice. The paper is also nice and the printing is also nice. Now, if they come down to the nice price, it all will be nice. Hope you are well, your ever well wisher, Isi Bhaktivedanta Swami. This paper is related to the book printing. Srila Prabhupada wants the prizes, and also regarding Jadurani Mataji, Prabhupada gave her the service regarding Brahmacharini Ashram. Okay, Amritesh Gaurav.
Letter to Devanand, San Francisco, 18 March 1968. My dear Devanand, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 12th March 1968, and I thank you very much for it. Your sincerity and desire for doing some service for Krishna is very much encouraging to me. Please go on chanting nicely and steadily. Chanting 16 rounds is prescribed, but you can chant more rounds and hear them very attentively. If you are not satisfied with your cooking engagement, tell Brahmananda to give you some other engagement. But it does not look well if you change from one center to another for some convenience. Everywhere service to Krishna is the same. But if you are feeling some inconvenience, then you may inform Brahmananda and get some relaxation by change of duty. Thank you for the dried mango. I am so glad to receive it. I like it very much. And please go on sending it every week and a half or every 2 weeks. I like very much. I hope you are well. You are our well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Yes, Guruji.
So here, so Prabhupada is emphasizing that there is no need to change from one place to another. Rather, if there is some inconvenience, talk with your authority, and then you can change your seva for certain number of days, and then you can be comfortable. So Prabhupada said like that. And Prabhupada is also appreciating the dried mango which he gave. And Prabhupada tells that you send it every 2 weeks. I like it.
So, Ramlila Prabhu.
Letter to Mahapurush, San Francisco, 28 March 1968. My dear Mahapurush, please accept my blessings. I am in receipt of your recent letter, and I am so glad to receive the notes of your different kirtan functions. So far, preaching work is concerned, I am expecting both you and Janardhan to be very powerful preachers in the near future. Both of you are sincere souls, sincere servitors of Lord Krishna, and he will be very kind to bestow his blessings upon you. As you go on preaching, you will become expert in every sphere of activity. The more a man becomes active, he becomes more and more expert. Your humble attitude is very praiseworthy. You keep yourself in that very humble mentality, and Krishna will be very pleased upon you. All three of you are very sincere servitors, and you all should become a very good preachers. Janardhan, yourself, and Shivanand, so that this Krishna consciousness movement will be spread all over the world. It is very good news for me that you are regularly chanting your 16 rounds. Try to increase the rounds, but don't decrease. Yes, if you can inject this Krishna consciousness to the young children, it will be a great service to the humanity and to the Lord. So, for the Advent day of Lord Ramchandra, it should be celebrated as Lord Chaitanya's birthday was done. Fasting up to evening and then take prasadam and chant Hare Krishna whole day and be engaged in reading and chanting off and on. Chant for some time, then read for some time, then again have kirtan and so on throughout the day. If you have not got a Ramayana, then you can read Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. That is all right. Yes, a non-initiate can work under the direction of a devotee in the kitchen. So Eric can certainly work under your direction in the kitchen for distribution of prasadam That is very nice. You are saying that you are a fool, and I shall be glad to get a number of fools like you. I want such transcendental fools and not material intellectuals. May Krishna bless you. I shall be glad to know what specific function you want to perform. And I understand you are going to McGill for performing kirtan. That is very nice engagement. That is the only specific function for every one of us. I think you shall try your best to perform kirtan successfully, and that is the greatest specific function for you. And you can teach some of your god brothers and god sisters the art of cooking, which you know the best. Yes, I am going to New York after the 8th, probably on the 9th of April, and I shall let you know when I am exactly reaching there. Janardar wanted to see me in New York, and I shall be glad to see you both there before I go to Montreal. I wish to go to Montreal after the month of May, after I finish my engagement in Boston. That is very good proposal to get Indian Pavilion for our Kirtan program. Please try for it, and we can exhibit some of our paintings and pictures. When I go to Montreal, I shall take selected pictures from Jadurani and as well as some of the pictures from by Gaur Sundar and Govinda published in our BTG. Jadurani has now become a nice preacher. I have report from Satswarup that she gives lectures very nicely. If we open a pavilion, I shall take Jadurani also at that time. So she will deliver nice lecture. I shall probably be coming there to Montreal by first week of June. Hope you are all well. You are all well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada mentioned and inspired the youth as he is giving class preaching. So Prabhupada mentioned that you should keep out going on preaching. And Prabhupada mentioned that when he starts preaching, uh, he gets better as he practices. And Prabhupada here mentioned one more thing that a non-initiated devotee can help a initiated devotee in kitchen, and that in that way Eric can help to Prabhu in kitchen. And one more thing, Prabhupada mentioned that you should all become a good preacher, and kirtan, that is the main program that Prabhupada mentioned here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj, Dandot Pranam. So Maharaj, any instruction specific regarding these letters or any point, Maharaj, you wanted to instruct us?
Haribol. No, it's very nice actually. Looks like the nectar. Huh? We should hear. Without fail, everybody should hear some sort. Like in whole life, we should hear this letter. We will not get any personal letter from Srila Prabhupada, but we can take ourselves personal letter. That's why Prabhupada is telling chant 64 rounds. Means he has committed some mistakes, so now we can give up all other activities and chant 64 rounds. Very nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Maharaj.
Hare
And okay.
Prabhupada, yeah.
Prabhupada.